Hello there. My name is Alfie, and this is the Brickstack YouTube channel where we talk everything Lego. Now, today this is my first video that I'm filming, and today I'm talking about a very niche and very unknown side of Lego, which is somewhat a sub-theme, I would say, and has been coined by many as the original version of the Lego brickheads. Now, if you've never heard of these, which you probably haven't unless you're a very long time fan, these are called Cube Dudes. Now, this is a mock I made of a Death Watch Mandalorian version, but it's based off the Boba Fett version. There was a total of 11 of these figures released, three in three sets, and one set was 5 Lego Star Wars Bounty Hunters. We have Boba Fett, IG-88, we have Bosk, just to name a couple of those ones. And we also had a Clone Wars pack where we had Obi-Wan, Yoda, R2, Rex, and 3PO. Now, the single one was a Buzz Lightyear, which can sell for over £1,000 in many cases, but with these, they are quite easy to assemble, which means you do have to have the box and instructions for them to be worth something. Now, as I said, many of these Cube Dudes have been coined as the original brickheads. Now, just to compare, we have Qui-Gon Jinn as our little test subject. Just to compare to the Cube Dude mock, here we are. Now, size comparison obviously goes to, the brickheads. The Cube Dudes are a lot more smaller, but I believe we have a bit of a better design with the Cube Dudes. As you can see, head, body, legs, arms, and jetpack based off the Boba Fett. Very detailed, very well designed by Angus MacLean, who actually created Cube Dudes, and it's estimated he's made over 355 separate ones. And then we have Qui-Gon, who's the official brickheads, and he, I feel like, doesn't fare well against the Cube Dudes, if I'm honest. Now, the Cube Dudes overall have, in my opinion, a better design. They have, more style, and they are more direct to the actual source of the character's design compared to the brickheads. Now, this isn't a great example of a brickheads because I feel like the Qui-Gon brickheads is actually a big letdown compared to a few other brickheads. And in that scenario, I would actually take the Cube Dudes over the brickheads Qui-Gon because he's such a simple made character. Don't get me wrong, I'm no Lego designer. I probably couldn't do as well of a job as they have with brickheads. But I just think it's too simple for what you're paying for a brickheads. Now, he has a printed torso, but that's about it. And the overall design's okay. It's just the faces. They're not incredible, but I mean, if we grab the Cube Dude, look how incredible that head is. That head build right there, that Mandalorian helmet is just amazing. I mean, I might just be a sucker for Mandalorian helmets, but compared to the brickheads, he is a lot cooler. Now, on the other hand, if we grab, as an example, if we grab our 60s Batman, because I built every single Batman brickhead, if we take that Adam West Batman and we compare him to the Qui-Gon, he's obviously going to be a lot more detailed, and that's what I want to see in a brickhead, and that's why I believe the Cube Dudes are better, because there's too many common, like Qui-Gon, under designed, I feel, brickheads. But that Adam West is a very good design for a brickhead, and that's where I feel like they compare to Cube Dudes very well. And the Cube Dudes may even be worse than the very well designed, brickheads. Now, the brickheads, they are more known, more common, and I guarantee you, if you go to any sort of Lego retail shop, you're more likely to find a brickheads than a Cube Dude because of how exclusive they are. Now, if you didn't know, with Cube Dudes, as I said, they were created by Angus MacLean, and it's estimated he made over 355 separate ones. They were released in 2010 in 3 different sets. That's 4, that's 3, and there was a total of 11 Cube Dudes made. One was a Star Wars pack, which contained 5 separate bounty hunters, including the likes of Boba Fett, before I messed that up, Bosk, IG-88, and a couple others which I don't always seem to remember the names for. However, the Clone Wars one I know all the names for. We have Rex, Obi-Wan, Yoda, 3PO, and R2, because how can you split R2 and 3PO? They always have to be together. Now, they were, as I said, made in 2010, San Diego Comic Con exclusives as well. So you're looking at a hefty price if you feel like picking any of these up with a box of instructions. It's probably a lot cheaper to part them out and build them yourself, as I did, but I didn't have all the parts on hand, unfortunately, and that was just to show you a rough idea of what they look like compared to a brickheadz. Now, overall, I would take the design of the cube dudes as very very, how would I say it, very much so better than the brickheadz, I believe. I would like to see these make sort of a return, but as mocks they are awesome too, and I feel like they deserve way more recognition. That's why I'm making this video for you guys today, whoever was watching. And like I say, please be sure to check them out, because cube dudes are just amazing little figures. They don't require a lot of parts, and they're so accessible once you find the instructions online. You won't be able to find them through the Lego website though. Do try and experience the thrill of building one, because they come together so nicely and they're so detailed. It's way more satisfying than building a brickheadz, and I had to look through boxes of parts myself because I couldn't find all the 1x1s I needed, which I will warn you about. It does require a lot of 1x1s, but thank you for watching. Please take my opinion into consideration. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy today's video, because we will be posting a lot more Lego videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.